revision.
Ma'am, revision.
Okay, I hope everything what we did before the holidays, you all have revised everything and we can move ahead with the things. Is it possible now?
Yes, ma'am.
Or you want something to be
Ma'am.
revised again? So few questions I will be asking. Yesterday we discussed it till there that the cell membrane is the outermost covering of the cell, and then inside the cell the cytoplasm is there. So now few questions for one by one I'll be asking, and quick answers I want. Okay, so take it as a rapid fire. How many students are ready to take it as a rapid fire? और अगर एक नहीं आंसर देता है तो फिर दूसरा जल्दी से अनम्यूट करके और बोल सकता है. Is it clear? Okay, that way. Fine. So my next question, do we describe the structure of the cell? Quick. Who can unmute the mic and say, or I should call out the names? That will be better or what? Okay, no one will answer, isn't it?
Ma'am, may
Shreya? Okay, Akshata is ready. Okay.
Ma'am, the structure, no?
Structure of the cell membrane, how do
The
we describe?
cell
Uh,
membrane.
Cell membrane.
Oh, I thought cell.
No, cell membrane. Cells we have discussed yesterday, everything. Okay, the introduction part. Ab jaldi jaldi whatever organelles we have completed.
May I?
Okay, Adisha.
Ma'am, it is present in the inner side to the cell wall,
Haan.
and of course in a plant cell, and it is the outer covering of a animal cell.
Hmm. Okay.
It is trilaminar and glycoproteinous
Okay.
trilaminar made up of
Correct.
three
So
layers.
try to learn that sentence. Only two words are there. Okay, and those two words, children, it explains the total structure of the cell membrane. And what is that? Trilaminar and lipoproteinaceous. Say it again. Adisha,
Tril-
trilaminar.
Trilaminar and lipoproteinaceous.
Right, correct. Okay. Now I want someone else also to repeat. So when I say that is, I said rapid fire. Rapid fire means the short questions, short answers you have to get. So how do we describe the cell membrane? The cell membrane, outermost covering of the cell, and it is trilaminar and lipoproteinaceous. Okay. Now I want Nandini to tell you what is the meaning of the trilaminar. जल्दी जल्दी आंसर दो रैपिड फायर बोला है नंदिनी.
Ma'am, it is made up of three layers.
Excellent. Okay, Akshat. What is the meaning of lipoproteinaceous?
Protein is made up of lipids and protein.
Very good. It is made up of lipids and proteins. Okay. So, in the center, which layer is present? Devang.
In the center,
Huh? Which layer is present in the cell membrane? Three layers. Hai. So, I am talking about the center layer, and both the sides, the two other layers are there. So, you have to describe the three layers. Devang, जल्दी से वो तीनों layers बता दो.
ma'am,
हाँ.
May I?
Okay. Say.
Ma'am, it consists of two outer protein layers, and
Yeah.
between two protein layers, there is lipid bilayer.
Very good, excellent. This way you have to, everyone should remember that what is the structure. How you are saying that it is three layered. So the two outer ones are the protein layers, and in the center you find is between the two protein layers you find the lipid layer is there. But lipid layer you find there the lipid molecules are arranged in two layers. So you say lipid bilayer. That's why we are saying lipid bilayer. Very good. Okay. Now tell me, the question goes to Rohit now. Rohit, ready? Immediate, I want the response, children. Okay, my question is, what is the function of the cell membrane? Monica, what is the function of the cell membrane?
Ma'am, the function of the cell membrane in animal cell, it form outer covering, protect inner content of the cell, protect
Correct.
from outer environment and adverse condition.
Very good. Something else, if anyone else want to add
Ma'am,
up
May
to
I?
it? Yes, Radhika.
May I?
Radhika, add
Ma'am,
up.
it provides energy to the cell.
It provides
Energy to the cell.
energy to the cell. We'll say that way.
ma'am,
You
Ma'am,
can
where
Required energy for chemical activities.
ma'am,
Disha.
it allows or permit the entry and exit of some material in and out of the cell.
Very good. This is very important. It helps in the transport of the substances in and out of the cell. So it permits the entry and exit of the substances in and out of the cell. So because of this, what is the specific term used for this transport?
Ma'am,
Uh,
selective permeable membrane.
selectively
Selective permeability.
selectively permeable. The cell membrane is selectively permeable. Very good. Okay. So now tell me what are the processes involved in this membrane transport? Rudraksh. The question is
Diffusion,
for Rudraksh.
cytosis, osmosis.
Again, repeat it.
First diffusion, second osmosis, third cytosis.
Very good. The diffusion process we see, then the osmosis we observe, and the cytosis. Okay. Now, Khushi, the question for you. What is diffusion?
Diffusion is the movement of molecules from a region of higher concentration to region of lower concentration.
Very good. Okay. Now, I want the question for Akshat. What is osmosis?
Ma'am, it is the movement of water molecules from higher concentration to lower concentration.
Okay, through a cell membrane, through a plasma membrane. That you have to add up, children. Okay, now on what factors does the osmosis depend? Mudit, on what factors does the osmosis depend? Mudit, can you say?
Concentration of solution.
Okay, Rudraksh, very good. What else? Any other factor? Akshat,
Ma'am, can you repeat the question?
what factors does the osmosis depend? Okay, and now see, I'll just tell you those who want to write down, they can write down. This movement of the molecules, water molecules from higher to lower, all this depends upon the ionic concentration, then the pressure gradient, and the concentration that is what you said. So concentration that is a basic thing, लेकिन याद रखो gases है तो अपन उसमें क्या क्या तो वो डिफ्यूजन प्रोसेस उसको बोलने लगेंगे तो यू फाइंड ऑस्मोसिस particularly will depend upon the concentration of what the water as well as what else you have to consider the solid
Solution.
solute particles, yeah, solute particles in that solution. ठीक है. Okay, now what is cytosis? Who is ready to answer what is cytosis?
May I?
Okay,
Ma'am, it is the movement of the solid or liquid molecules through the cell membrane by its invagination. It occurs due to
Very,
the flexibility of the cell membrane.
very good. Okay, now Nikunj, there a question for you. What are the two types of cytosis? What are the two types of cytosis? Tanisha. Okay, Monica want to say. Yes,
Ma'am,
Monica.
cytosis and exocytosis.
Endocytosis, exocytosis.
Very good. Okay, so Nikunj also answered. So you have to be very quick. Okay, Nikunj. So can you tell me what is endocytosis, Nikunj? Nikunj, can you
Ma'am,
tell what is endo? Okay, Rudraksh want to answer.
ma'am, movement of solid or liquid molecules inside the cell.
Inside the cell, right? When you say endo, means it is entering the cell. Okay, and what is exocytosis?
Ma'am, may I?
Ma'am, may I?
Ma'am, may I?
Oh, so many students are raising hand. I want Akshat to answer.
The movement of solid or liquid molecules outside of the cell.
Huh. That is movement of the solid liquid out of the cell. We call it as the exocytosis. Okay. Now, what is the difference between the pinocytosis and phagocytosis? The question for Karuna. Karuna, can you tell? Karuna is not here. अगर तुरंत आंसर नहीं देंगे, I'll consider. Okay, Karuna is saying now. हाँ, say. What is the difference between pinocytosis and phagocytosis? All these questions I have given to you all, na? Yes or no?
Ma'am,
Yes? Yes,
ma'am,
Pranjal?
pinocytosis is cell drinking and phagocytosis is cell eating.
Very good. Pragos, you find that pinocytosis is cell drinking. I told you all that little that memory aid you remember. Pino word को relate कर लो पीना. ठीक है फिर भूलेंगे नहीं. Isn't it? Pina means drinking. Okay, and phagocytosis. So, अगर एक याद है तो दूसरा याद रह जाएगा. Phagocytosis. Remember, children, phagocytosis जो word है, that is made up of the word phage. 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 And phage means to eat. What is the meaning of phage? What is
Eat.
the meaning of phage, children?
To eat.
To eat. Okay, so that way phagocytosis becomes eating cell, eating. The cytosis word is coming from the cell. So cell eating and cell drinking. Fine. So this way the membrane transport occurs in the cell by these three processes which you all have covered up, and I hope each and every student remembering now. After the
Then,
cell, we take up. Yes, Alisha, want to say something?
ma'am, I had a question.
Say na.
Ma'am, what is invagination?
Invagination means forming a depression. Okay, cell membrane will be forming the covering of the cell. Okay, but when it forms a cup shaped structure, वो इस तरह से नीचे आ जाए. Okay, cell membrane अगर वो deepen होता है तो that only we call it invagination. What is it called?
Invagination.
Invagination. Is it clear, Adisha?
Yes, ma'am.
It will deepen. Okay, the cell membrane will deepen and it will form a cup shaped structure. Okay, and then whatever is outside, it will go into that cup, and then the membrane will fuse, and then it will go inside the cell. It will cut off from there. Follow, and then the cell membrane will join there. So I'll show you the pics. Okay, after finishing this, I'll show you the video also. What is
Ma'am?
the okay, pinocytosis and phagocytosis. Yes, anyone else? Any doubt in this much
Ma'am?
part? Yes,
Yes,
yes.
ma'am. Ma'am, can you please repeat the meaning of phago?
Phago means cell eating. Phago word is coming from phage. 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 Phage means to eat. Phage means to eat. As you know that bacteriophages are there. You'll have heard about bacteriophage? You'll have heard about the bacteriophage or not? No. You can write down bacteriophages, children, they are the viruses which eat the bacteria. You know, bacteriophages, they are the viruses which eat the bacteria. We call it as bacteriophage. Okay, the bacteriophages are present in the water of river Ganga. That is why you know the Ganga water does not get spoiled even if you keep it for years. The reason is that only that the bacteria will be eaten up by the viruses. The special type of the viruses are there which eat up the bacteria so the water remains fit for drinking. Always, no matter how many years you keep it. Yeah, otherwise the water gets spoiled, you know, isn't it? Okay, so I hope this much is clear now. My next question for Nikunj again. The question is, name the cell organelles present in the cytoplasm. Quick, I want just the names. Yes, Nikunj, ready?
Ma'am, can you repeat the question?
Okay, I want Devang to repeat the question for Nikunj.
Ma'am, there is some network problem because ma'am
Okay,
within same data my brother is also taking the classes, so
Acha, but your
network problem.
voice is very clear, but Devang, your voice is very clear. Acha, Akshay, will repeat the question for the coach. Akshat, say the question for Nikunj. What did I ask?
Ma'am, name the cell organelle.
Nikunj, is the question clear?
Yes, ma'am.
So say quickly.
Ma'am, nucleus.
Okay.
Ma'am, Golgi apparatus.
हाँ जल्दी
Mitochondria,
आया
chloroplast, vacuole, ribosomes, and endoplasmic reticulum.
Okay. Now I want Rudraksh to tell that is the answer correct.
मैम क्या what?
You tell the answer is correct or not.
I'm correct.
Correct. Other students, Kushi. What you say? Is the answer correct? Something missing or it's complete answer?
Ma'am, something missing.
Something missing. What is missing?
Plastic.
Mitochondria.
Mitochondria,
मैम plastid.
Plastic.
plastids. Okay. So that only to you all have to tell. I will not say. Remember, children, you have to say. I will be asking other students to tell that whether the answer is correct. You will give full marks or not. Acha, ठीक है. After adding these three, is the answer correct now? Who picked up what is the mistake in that?
Ma'am, I
Hari?
think he said vacuole.
Very good, Adisha. Okay, he said vacuoles, but what was my question?
Ma'am, organelles.
Organelles. So vacuoles will be included where then?
Inclusions.
Inclusions. So children remember, okay, these are small things, but when you will answer the questions, so you will be missing the marks. Is it clear? So now I want Khushi to name all the cell organelles. देखो स्पीड से करना है नेमिंग जल्दी जल्दी और सारे लोगों को याद हो जाना चाहिए each and every student will listen. Okay, and if she makes mistake, so then you have to correct. Khushi, ready?
Ma'am, I don't know.
You don't know. So what you were doing, then when Nikunj was saying, then Akshita said, then Madisha said, Monica said. Okay,
Ma'am,
then
may
you
I?
were doing. You don't have to speak
Yeah.
in class खुशी जैसे क्लास रूम में स्कूल में बैठते हैं ना अटेंटिव होके ऐसे ही बैठना है यहाँ पर भी कंप्यूटर मोबाइल के सामने डोंट स्लीप जब कोई पकड़ने वाला तो है नहीं ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए जो भी हम लोग क्लास में करते हैं वो 20 मिनट्स 40 मिनट्स का हमारा 30 मिनट्स का क्लास है. वट एवर वी आर डूइंग चिल्ड्रन, आई वॉन्ट यू टू लर्न इट इन दिस 20 minutes ओनली, इन दिस 30 minutes ओनली. इज इट क्लियर? डू नॉट जस्ट पास द टाइम. अच्छा चलिए, तो कौन बोल देगा जल्दी से विद स्पीड? ऑल द सेल ऑर्गेनल्स.
मैम
हाँ से.
हम एंडोप्लाज्मिक रेटिकुलम, गोल्जी बॉडी, लाइसोसोम, प्लास्टिड, माइटोकॉन्ड्रिया, राइबोसोम, सेंट्रोसोम,
Okay. What is missing?
न्यूक्लियस.
Okay. Anything missing, anyone? कुछ छूटा तो नहीं है?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So now we will start with the next question. Okay, next topic. So the cell organelles you have understood. Now Monica will tell you what is the difference between the cytoplasm and the protoplasm. What is the difference between cytoplasm and protoplasm?
Sorry, ma'am, but I don't know.
Oh,
Sorry,
any.
ma'am. Actually,
So you now try to listen and learn it.
yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Who is ready to answer? Nandini,
Ma'am,
can you answer? What is the difference between cytoplasm and protoplasm? Say.
Ma'am, I don't know.
Who is knowing now?
ma'am,
Okay, Tanisha is ready. Okay.
protoplasm is the fluid part of the cell.
Again.
Ma'am, protoplasm is the fluid part of the cell. And ma'am,
Acha.
cytoplasm is the jelly-like structure.
So jelly is something else and the fluid is something else. No, someone else. This is not the difference.
Ma'am,
Anyone?
cytoplasm is the jelly-like structure, whereas the protoplasm is the living content of the cell.
Whole living content. So what the protoplasm will include then?
Ma'am, nucleus.
Okay. Can you further clarify, Adisha?
Ma'am, may I?
Yes.
Ma'am, protoplasm is a living matter present inside the cell, which includes cytoplasm and nucleus.
Okay. Only nucleus.
Ma'am, cytoplasm and nucleus.
Okay. Cytoplasm, so you said, okay, but only the nucleus. What about other so many organelles
Ma'am, cell
present?
organelles also.
Cell organelles also. And what about inclusions then?
And they are also present.
They are also included. Okay. So that will make up the protoplasm. Okay. And then cytoplasm is what then? Pranjal, you are very correct. So what is cytoplasm then? Just now Adisha said, isn't it?
It is a fluid
It is a
present
fluid
inside
or
the
a
cell.
jelly-like substance. Yeah, it is a fluid or a jelly-like substance which is present. That part only अगर उसको हटा दे तो वो पूरा साइटोप्लाज्म हो जाएगा. और साइटोप्लाज्म में जितनी चीजें अपन को दिखती है, whatever we keep labeling in the diagram, children, that will remember. They all will come under. They
Um,
will be organelles. So when you take up the whole cell content, so it will be protoplasm.
Protoplasm.
So remember, protoplasm will include cytoplasm, cell organelles, and hair inclusions. But cytoplasm is only that jelly-like substance which is present. And in the jelly-like substance only, you find the organelles and inclusions are embedded. Organelles and inclusions are embedded in the jelly-like substance that is the cytoplasm. I hope it's very clear, Monica, now.
Yes,
Monica,
ma'am.
so if I'll give the in the exam this difference, you'll be able to answer everyone.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Akshat will repeat now. What is the difference between the cell cytoplasm and the protoplasm? Akshat, repeat it quickly so that all can learn now. Once again, it will be revised. Akshat. See, I wanted now that whenever you are answering, you switch on the mic and camera both. Isn't it? I said before also, last class also, that it will be very nice that whenever you are answering, you switch on your mic and camera both. Okay, so then we will be able to see you, isn't it? And when we see each other, so then it becomes better. Otherwise, blind sort of thing, isn't it? बस आवाज आ रही है, पता नहीं कहाँ से आ रही है, देख लेते हैं तो और अच्छा लगता है, डोंट यू थिंक? So be ready, and you should be ready to switch on the camera also anytime in the class. Now Akshat is not answering. Who can say? Devang, can you tell? Devang, Monica.
Yes, ma'am. In protoplasm, whole living matter included cell organelles. In cytoplasm, the fluid substance is there.
Okay. So you tell, say protoplasm to include the cytoplasm plus cell organelles and cell inclusions, the whole living content.
Okay, ma'am.
So three things will be included in the protoplasm. Is it clear? Which three things
Yes,
will
ma'am.
be included? Which three things will be included in the protoplasm?
Cytoplasm, nucleus, cell organelles.
And what about all that inclusions? Okay, organelles and inclusions. Nucleus भी उसमें include हो जाता है. Okay, now can Adisha repeat?
Ma'am, the protoplasm consists of the cell organelles as well as cytoplasm and inclusions, and whereas the cytoplasm is the jelly-like structure.
Jelly-like, okay, the substance which is present inside the cell, correct. So you find that organelles inclusions will be present in that jelly. Is it clear? It's very clear, I hope, the cell thing. Okay, now
Yes.
okay. So I hope each and every student will make it very clear. Okay, try to revise it and try to learn it. Okay, now what is plasmolysis? My next question, what is plasmolysis? Anyone will answer or I should ask? Rishika.
May I,
Rishika.
ma'am?
Ma'am, may I?
First let Rishika answer. Rishika has not said anything. Rishika, are you there? Devang also, whenever I am saying, so he is not answering. देखो
मैम
चले जाते हैं. अच्छा वो नेटवर्क प्रॉब्लम हो रहा है. नेटवर्क प्रॉब्लम हो रहा है कि दिवान?
मैम होता है कभी कभी मैम, जब मैम मैम क्योंकि सेम डाटा से भाई भी क्लास लगा रहा है.
अच्छा अच्छा, चलो कोई बात नहीं. डोंट गेट डिस्टर्ब. ओके, कीप लिसनिंग. ओके दिवान, डोंट गेट डिस्टर्ब. सुनते जाओ, याद करते जाना. ओके. So Rishika will not answer. Now Rudraksh will tell. Say quickly, what is plasmolysis? Akshita, then. I want a quick
Yes,
answer.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Uh, Plasmolysis occurs in plant cell when placed in hypertonic solution, and exosmosis occurs.
Yes, very good. Further, what happens due to that?
The
Whenever
cell got shrink.
Cell lose water.
cell will shrink. Can we say that cell will shrink?
Yes, ma'am.
No.
No, ma'am. Cell shrinks in crenation. No, किस
Crenation.
में?
Okay. Yeah, why the cell will not shrink?
Ma'am,
Ma'am,
because of
because of environment.
osmosis.
No.
Because
Can
it's placed in hypertonic solution.
hypertonic, so then crenation also occurs. But why we can't say that here in the plasmolysis the cell will shrink? What is
Ma'am,
then?
because of cell wall.
Ah, right. Because of the cell wall, this will not shrink. Okay, but then what happens? Osmosis occurring, so then what change we observe in the plasmolysis in the cell? Akshita, something you're missing. What will happen due to that exosmosis in
Ma'am,
the
there's
cell?
a shrink. Ma'am, there's a shrinkage of the content of the cell away from the cell wall.
Right, okay, this is correct. Okay, the whole cell content will come to one corner, that will be getting concentrated at one corner, or that will shrink. Okay, but the cell shape will not change. Okay, so that is only plasmolysis. Okay, how can you bring the plasmolyzed cell back to the normal structure? Can anyone tell?
Ma'am, can you explain the previous one?
Ma'am,
Why
by
it doesn't
putting
shrink?
a hypertonic solution.
Hypotonic. Okay, Tanisha gave the answer. Okay, now I'm repeating Akshita. See, this is what you have to say. Plasmolysis, you said very well that it is a process which you will find in the plant cell. And the plant cell will show the plasmolysis when you keep it in the hypertonic solution. And you said that there, since you are keeping it in hypertonic, though the exosmosis will occur. When you say exosmosis, you are meaning that the water will start moving out of the cell. Okay, so when water starts moving out of the cell, remember the whole cell content, na, it will come to one corner. It will come to one corner. ओके पूरा वो मेम्ब्रेन को छोड़ के पूरा एक तरफ आ जाएगा लेकिन मेम्ब्रेन और सेल वॉल के कारण द शेप विल नॉट चेंज इज इट क्लियर सो दैट concentration of the cell content will be there that only you have to remember further okay now my next question was that how it will you can regain the original shape or original form how can you change the plasmolysed cell into the deplasmolysed cell so how it can be changed,
By
Tanisha?
putting in hypotonic solution.
By placing that cell, that is the plasmolysed cell, if you are keeping in the hypotonic solution. So, by which process it will get deplasmolysed? Which process will
Endocytosis.
again start?
Endoosmosis.
Endosmosis. Okay. Endosmosis will start. The water will again go inside and it will be deplasmolysed. The cell will be deplasmolysed. Okay. Now the next is the structure components of the nucleus. Are you remembering? We have completed the structure of the nucleus, isn't it or not?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Did you
ma'am.
complete it, DJ? So Nandini will tell me the structural components of the nucleus. Name them. It's 44 now. We'll have to end up the class. Say soon. Nandini, the question for you. Name the structural components of the nucleus.
Ma'am, one.
Huh? Can you say?
Ma'am, may I?
Ma'am, may
Ma'am,
I?
may I?
हाँ Udit say.
Ma'am, nuclear membrane,
हाँ
nucleoplasm, chromatin threads, and nucleolus.
nucleus. Very good. Okay. Now Pranjal quickly say that what is this a chromatin thread made up of?
Ma'am, may I?
Akshat is saying. Akshat want to answer.
One genetic material.
Genetic material. What is the genetic material made up of?
One thread like
Threads.
DNA.
DNA.
Right, it is. So the chemical compound which makes up those threads, that is DNA. What is the full form of DNA? Radhika.
Deoxyribonucleic acid.
Deoxyribonucleic acid. Okay. So now we'll end up the class. I want now Rudraksh and Pranjal to do Shanti part. Okay, we'll do Shanti part now. To revise further, I was asking the questions today. So those children who are thinking that I need a little more preparation, little more revision, so you do it. Okay, and then we'll move ahead. Okay, ready for Shanti Path.
Everyone join your hand and close your eye and get ready for Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.
Sai Ram children. So you all can leave now.
Saira
Saira,
ma'am, thank you ma'am.
Sarah ma'am, thank you ma'am.
Sai Ram. Okay, hemolysis na, it is the breakdown of the blood cells. When you keep the blood cells in the hypotonic solution, that is hemolysis.